So in this introductory high jump session, we're going to try and have all of our students perform a basic Fosbury Flop technique. So we're going to do this by working through a warm-up. It's going to introduce them to the basics of the takeoff and the approach. And then we're going to work through a series of progressions that's going to teach them all to run in off of a curve and to turn over a bar. So when we come into the takeoff, we're going to want to be a nice tall position, ready to strike down the ground. So the first of our drills is going to be the straight leg scissor. We're going to teach this nice tall running technique. So as we run the curve, we need to be running nice and high with these knees that allow us to push against the forces on the ground and allow us to create a big force at takeoff. So we're going to practice this high knee position in our second drill. So when we come to take off, we want to carry out the last two strides very quickly and generate big forces into the ground with a big driving knee. The best way to do this is with learning how to do the basic skip, where we move from one leg to the other and through to a high knee. Now the difference with high jump and most of the other events is that we have an inside driving arm, which means we have the same arm and leg, or often we have double arm drive at takeoff. So to teach this, as we do our basic skip, we're going to skip and drive our arms backwards to learn how to time these up with the takeoff. So once we've developed our rhythm and our timing of the takeoff, the key is in the name, the high jump. We're going to take our basic skip, and we're going to start to generate height. And it's this height that's going to give us the time we need in order to turn over the bar. So one of the key things to learning the Fosbury Flop technique is that we don't want to have to actively turn in the air, because this is going to take away from the takeoff. What we want to do is use a curve that does all of that work for us. So that means taking off on the outside leg that allows us to swing the left leg through and rotate through the air. So the first thing we're going to do is to set out an easy curve and have the students run around, take off the leg furthest away from the bar that allows us to swing through in the takeoff and land on the mat safely. So now that we have this curved run and taken off on the outside leg, we're going to start to try and use the curve to create our rotation. So all we're going to do is ask the students to run in, take off, and just rotate to land at 90 degrees facing the middle of the circle. Of course, the event is called the high jump. So now we need to add some height to that. So we're going to try and add on something like the basic skip we did with the driving knee at takeoff. So again, they're going to come around the curve, take off from the outside leg. And as we do our rotation to the middle, using the curve, we're going to drive our knee up and hold our high knee position as we land on the mat. So this is the basic Fosbury Flop technique. We're using a curve, we take off from the outside leg, we drive our knee up and across the body to rotate through the air. The only thing left now is to do over a bar, and now the chance to increase the height and try and get our athletes and our students to hold these same positions whilst under pressure from the high jump bar.